You know that feeling when you roll out of bed, and it's like your body hasn't quite caught up with the morning yet? Your back's a little stiff, your legs feel heavy, and even after a full night's sleep, you're still tired. You grab your coffee, maybe some toast or cereal, but deep down, something just feels off. Like your body's running low on fuel, and your energy's stuck in first gear. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why some men your age seem to wake up ready to take on the day, while others, maybe even you, feel like you're dragging yourself through molasses every morning? Is it just getting older? Or could it be something much simpler, and easier to fix, than you've been led to believe? Here's the truth, the very first thing you eat in the morning, before you even start your day, can either light a fire in your bloodstream, or smother your energy for hours. And most men over 60 have no clue they're sabotaging their circulation, stamina, and even their performance, just by making the wrong choice at breakfast. I'm Dr. David Jarrard. For over 30 years, I've worked with men just like you, men who want to stay strong, sharp, and confident as they age, but feel like their bodies are slowing down. I've seen firsthand how powerful a few small changes to your morning routine can be. And no, I'm not talking about taking more pills or going on some trendy diet. I'm talking about real food, simple, proven foods that naturally support blood flow, boost your energy, and help you feel like yourself again. Because after 60, your body doesn't bounce back the way it used to. And your heart, your brain, even your manhood, they all depend on healthy circulation to work at their best. But here's the good news, you have way more control than you think. And it all starts with what's on your plate when the sun comes up. So stick with me. Because in this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 powerful, research-backed morning foods that can change everything. We're talking better blood flow, sharper energy, and more confidence, especially down there. And let me tell you, food number 5. Most men would never expect it. Now before we dive in, I want you to do 2 things real quick. First, drop a comment below that says, "Ready," if you're serious about taking back your mornings and feeling more alive in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. And second, hit that subscribe button, because Golden 70s Health is your trusted place for staying strong, smart, and energized through every season of life. Let's get into it. Let's kick things off with one of the most powerful, but often overlooked, foods for men over 60, 1. Spinach. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Spinach? Really, Doc? That's rabbit food. But let me tell you a little story. Jarrard, 68 years old, retired mechanic, came to see me about 6 months ago. He wasn't in bad shape, but he told me, "Doc, every morning I feel like I'm walking through wet cement. My legs are heavy. My walks are getting shorter. I just don't feel strong." So we looked at his diet. Lots of carbs. Not much color. I said, "Jarrard, let's try something simple. For the next few weeks, add a handful of spinach to your morning omelet." That's it. He raised an eyebrow but agreed. 3 weeks later, he walked into my office with a smile. "Doc, I don't know what's in that green stuff, but I swear I'm moving like I'm 10 years younger." His blood pressure had dropped. His legs felt lighter. He even said his, morning confidence was back, if you catch my drift. Here's why that change mattered so much. Spinach is loaded with natural nitrates. Now, don't confuse that with the bad kind found in processed meats. These are plant-based nitrates that your body converts into nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes and opens up your blood vessels. When that happens, your blood flows better. To your heart, your brain, your muscles, and yes, even down there. Better circulation doesn't just help you move, it helps you feel alive. More oxygen, more nutrients, less pressure on your heart. And here's the science to back it up. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2022 found that men over 60 who ate nitrate-rich greens like spinach showed significantly improved arterial function. That means your blood vessels are more elastic, less clogged, and better able to handle the demands of an aging body. And no, you don't have to choke down a salad every morning. Just a handful of fresh spinach tossed into your scrambled eggs, folded into an omelette, or blended into a smoothie is enough to start seeing benefits. Simple, right? But here's one important note: if you're currently on blood thinners, make sure to talk to your doctor before making spinach a daily habit. It's always best to check, especially if you're managing blood pressure or heart meds. So, the next time you're making breakfast, skip the toast or sugary cereal, and reach for the greens instead. Spinach might not be flashy, but for men in their golden years, it's a game changer. And trust me, Jarrard would agree. Ready for the next one? Because this next food isn't just tasty, it could help you lose belly fat and fire up your morning energy like never before. Now let's talk about something a little creamier, a little sweeter, but still incredibly powerful for your heart, your hormones, and even your waistline. 2. Greek yogurt with berries. This combo might just be the most underrated breakfast powerhouse for men over 60. Let me tell you about Tony. He's 71 years old. Worked construction most of his life, always active, but once he hit his 70s, he noticed something was changing. "I don't get it, Doc," he told me. "I'm not eating more, but my belly's growing, and I feel slower in the morning. Foggy, like my brain's stuck in neutral." I asked him what he ate for breakfast. Usually just a couple slices of toast and coffee. Maybe a banana if I remember. Sound familiar? So I gave him a simple challenge: swap the toast for 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt. Add in a handful of blueberries or raspberries. Do that for the next 30 days. That's it. No pills. No powders. No complicated routines. A month later, Tony came back in. He dropped 10 pounds, without changing anything else. And what's more, he said he felt awake in the morning. His mind was clearer. His mood was better. And yes, he smiled when he said things were working better below the belt too. Now, let's break down why that happened. Greek yogurt is packed with high-quality protein, which helps keep your blood sugar steady and your muscles strong. And that's not all, it's also rich in probiotics, the good bacteria your gut needs to function properly. And a healthy gut? That affects everything: your digestion, your immune system, even your testosterone levels. But the real secret weapon? The berries. Blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, these aren't just tasty toppings. They're loaded with anthocyanins, a powerful class of antioxidants that fight inflammation and improve heart health. In fact, a Harvard study found that men who consumed more anthocyanins from berries had a 21% lower risk of developing heart disease. That's not just a small improvement, that's life-changing. And here's why that matters for you: less inflammation means better blood flow. Better blood flow means more energy, better mood, stronger performance. And when your heart and hormones are supported, you feel it everywhere. Now listen, this doesn't mean you need to buy fancy brands or sugar-loaded flavored yogurts. Stick with plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt, the kind that's thick, creamy, and protein-packed. Then toss in a handful of fresh or frozen berries, whichever you prefer. It takes 2 minutes. But the impact? That can last all day. And over time, it can transform how your body feels and functions. So if you're still reaching for toast or cereal every morning, maybe tomorrow, try Tony's Way instead. Up next, we're diving into a morning drink that looks a little strange, but could actually be one of the most powerful circulation boosters you'll ever try. Stick around, this one surprises a lot of folks. Alright, now this one might raise a few eyebrows. It's bright. It's earthy. And yes, it might even stain your cutting board a little. But let me tell you, when it comes to circulation, this food is liquid gold. I'm talking about beetroot. Specifically, a beetroot smoothie in the morning. Now I know beets aren't everybody's favorite. Some folks say they taste like dirt. Others haven't touched them since their grandmother served them boiled at Sunday dinner. But give me a moment here, because this one's worth your attention. James, he's a 67-year-old retired firefighter. One of those guys who's seen and done it all. Tough, proud, but lately, he'd been struggling with fatigue. "I'm waking up exhausted, Doc," he said. "I used to run into burning buildings. Now I get winded climbing the stairs." So I asked him what his mornings looked like. He told me about his coffee, maybe a granola bar, but not much else. That's when I introduced him to what I call the beet ritual. Just one small beet, blended with half an apple, a squeeze of lemon, and a splash of water. Drink it in the morning, before breakfast. I warned him, it's not fancy. It's not sweet. But it's powerful. 2 weeks later, James was back in my office, grinning ear to ear. "Doc," he said, "I don't know what's in that thing, but I feel like I got jumper cables attached to my heart." His energy was back. His morning walks were longer. And his blood pressure readings were the best they'd been in years. That's not just anecdotal, that's science in action. You see, beets are naturally rich in nitrates, just like spinach. When you consume them, your body converts those nitrates into nitric oxide, a key compound that dilates your blood vessels and improves how efficiently your heart and muscles get oxygen. Translation: your blood flows better, your stamina improves, and you feel less like a tired engine and more like a tuned-up machine. In fact, a study published in the Hypertension Journal confirmed that daily beetroot juice significantly improved blood pressure and circulation in older adults. It wasn't a pharmaceutical. It wasn't some miracle supplement. It was just beets, plain and simple. And it doesn't take much. You don't need to drink a pint. Just a few ounces of blended beet juice, mixed with apple to soften the flavor, and lemon to brighten it up, can make a noticeable difference. If you've never tried it before, give it 3 mornings. Blend it, sip it slowly, and see how your body responds. Most men feel a difference by the 2nd or 3rd day. Now, fair warning, your urine might turn pink. Don't panic. It's called bacteria, totally harmless and actually a sign that your body's processing it well. So, if you're serious about reclaiming your energy, about improving circulation not just in your chest but all the way to your fingertips and toes, this bright red drink might just become your secret weapon. Coming up next. A food that's crunchy, easy to store, and loaded with a nutrient your blood vessels love. And here's the kicker, it might even help with testosterone too. Stick with me. Now this next one. It's small, it's crunchy, and honestly, it might be sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now, just waiting to change your life. I'm talking about walnuts. Yep. Those wrinkled little brain-shaped nuts you see in trail mix or maybe on top of a salad. But don't let their size fool you. Because when it comes to supporting circulation, mental clarity, and even bedroom performance, walnuts pack a serious punch. Let me introduce you to Joe. He's 66 now, but when he came to see me a few years back, he was just starting to feel those early signs of aging. "Doc," he said, "my focus isn't what it used to be. I'm a little more forgetful. And honestly, I'm not feeling very confident with my wife lately." He said it with a nervous laugh, but I could tell it was bothering him. And listen, he's not alone. Aging doesn't just affect your joints or your heart. It affects your hormones, your blood vessels, even your confidence behind closed doors. So I asked him about his diet. Turns out he was doing a lot of things right, but his breakfast was missing healthy fats. I told him to start adding a small handful of walnuts to his morning oatmeal. Every day. Just a quarter cup. Simple, right? Fast forward 6 weeks. Joe comes back in, standing a little taller, with a grin that said more than his words did. "Doc," he said, "I don't know if it's the walnuts or something else, but my wife just told me I've got my mojo back. Now here's what's going on beneath the surface. Walnuts are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential for brain health, hormone regulation, and reducing inflammation. But more importantly for men over 60, they also contain arginine, an amino acid that helps produce nitric oxide, the same molecule we've talked about that opens up your blood vessels. Better blood flow doesn't just mean a healthier heart, it means better energy, sharper thinking, and yes, improved function where it counts. And it's not just anecdotal. A study published in the journal Nutrients found that men who consumed walnuts regularly showed significant improvements in endothelial function, that's the inner lining of your blood vessels. When your endothelium works well, your arteries stay relaxed and open, allowing for better circulation throughout your entire body. Walnuts are also linked to improved testosterone levels, a key hormone that affects energy, mood, muscle mass, and intimacy. And unlike many testosterone supplements, this is all natural. No side effects. No prescriptions. Just real food. Best of all, they're easy to add to your routine. Sprinkle them on oatmeal or yogurt. Grab a handful as a mid-morning snack. Or toss them into a smoothie for a little texture and depth. You don't need a lot, just a small handful a day. More isn't necessarily better. Consistency is what matters. So if you're looking to feel a little sharper, a little stronger, and a little more confident in every area of life, walnuts might just become your new best friend. Now, if you thought that was good, wait until you hear about the final food on our list. It's leafy, it's peppery, and it might just be nature's own version of a circulation-boosting supercharger. Stick around, you'll want to hear this one. Now we've come to the final morning food on our list, and this one might just surprise you with how powerful it really is. I'm talking about dark leafy greens. Like kale, arugula, and Swiss chard. Yeah, I know. They're not exactly the stars of your breakfast dreams. They're not flashy. They're not sweet. But when it comes to your blood flow, your hormones, and even your ability to feel like yourself again, these greens are nothing short of incredible. Let me tell you about Michael. He's 74. Longtime skeptic, proud of his independence, and definitely not the green smoothie type. When I first suggested he try adding kale and arugula into his morning routine, he looked at me like I'd asked him to eat grass off the lawn. But he was also tired. His labs were creeping in the wrong direction. He didn't feel as sharp. And his doctor was starting to mention medications he wanted to avoid. So, Michael gave it a try. He started small. Just a handful of kale and arugula blended into a fruit smoothie a few times a week. No drastic changes. No new pills. Just those greens in the morning. 3 months later, I got a call. "Doc," he said, "my primary just called my labs, and used the word impressive. I haven't heard that word about my health in years." His cholesterol was better. His blood pressure had improved. And more importantly, Michael felt better, lighter, more energized, and more confident in his body. Now here's why those dark leafy greens work so well, especially for men over 60. They're loaded with nitrates, like spinach and beets. So they support nitric oxide production, which opens up blood vessels and improves circulation. That means more oxygen to your muscles, your brain, and yes, your more intimate organs too. But there's more. These greens help your liver with detoxification, which clears out old hormones and toxins that can drag your energy down. They're also packed with magnesium, potassium, and vitamin K, which all support heart health and hormonal balance. And here's something interesting. Arugula, in particular, has a reputation that goes way back. It's been considered a natural aphrodisiac since ancient Roman times. Modern science now tells us why. It boosts nitric oxide levels, enhances blood flow, and may even influence testosterone function. A 2023 European review looked specifically at arugula in aging men and found it acted as a natural vasodilator, meaning it helped the body open blood vessels and maintain healthy performance, even as we age. And here's the best part. You don't have to eat a giant salad at 7 a.m. Just toss a small handful of kale, arugula, or Swiss chard into your morning smoothie. Or sauté it lightly in olive oil alongside your eggs. Try to include them at least 3 times a week. That's all it takes to start seeing real benefits. If you've been feeling a little off lately, a little slower, a little dimmer, maybe even a little less you, this is one of the most natural, affordable, and effective ways to turn things around. Remember, these aren't just healthy foods. They're tools. They work with your body, not against it. And when you give your body the right tools, it knows exactly what to do. So, don't underestimate the power of greens. They may not taste like victory, but they sure make your body feel like it. Now, you've made it through all 5. And if you're still with me, this next part is where we bring it all together. Let's talk about why this really matters, and how a few simple choices can change the way you age, one morning at a time. I know it's not easy. Noticing that your energy isn't what it used to be. Feeling like your strength, your sharpness, your spark, has dulled a little with time. Maybe you've caught yourself staring in the mirror, wondering when the guy you used to be started slipping away. But here's what I want you to hear loud and clear. That doesn't mean you're broken. It doesn't mean you're fading. It means your body, this incredible machine that's carried you through decades of life, just needs different fuel now. That's all. See, you're not getting old. You're evolving. You're adapting. You're entering a season of life where wisdom walks hand in hand with strength, if you give your body what it needs to thrive. And the truth is, you don't need fancy supplements. You don't need the latest gimmicks. You just need to pay attention to what you're putting in your body first thing in the morning. Because those early hours, they set the tone for everything else. Your blood pressure, your clarity, your stamina. Even how you feel about yourself as a man. It all starts with what's on your plate. So here's my challenge to you, tomorrow morning, don't reach for the sugary cereal. Don't skip breakfast altogether. Reach for something real. Add spinach to your eggs. Spoon some Greek yogurt and berries into a bowl. Blend up those beets. Toss in some walnuts. Throw a few leafy greens into your smoothie. Treat your breakfast like it matters, because it does. These aren't just foods. They're signals to your body. They say, I care. They say, I'm not giving up. They say, there's still more strength, more clarity, and more life in me yet. Because let me tell you something, friend, you've already come this far. Through decades of hard work. Of wins and losses. Of family, faith, mistakes, lessons, love, heartbreak, and healing. And I believe, deep in my heart, that your most energized, most vibrant, most powerful years can still be ahead. But it starts with what you do today. Not next week. Not next year. Tomorrow morning. So get ready. Because this next chapter, it's yours to write, with strength, purpose, and maybe even a little swagger. You've got this. And I'm right here with you. So let's take a moment and pull it all together. We've talked about 5 powerhouse morning foods, each one backed by science, easy to prepare, and packed with benefits that speak directly to the needs of men over 60. Spinach, for its blood vessel opening nitrates. Greek yogurt with berries, for heart-protecting antioxidants and gut-healing probiotics. Beetroot smoothies, for boosting stamina, lowering blood pressure, and waking up your circulation from the inside out. Walnuts, for brain health, hormone support, and confidence that carries you through your day. And finally, dark leafy greens like kale and arugula, for detoxification, testosterone balance, and natural blood flow support. None of these are fads. None of them are out of reach. And every single one can be part of a breakfast that fuels your strength and extends your vitality well into your golden years. Now here's what I'd love to know. Which one of these foods are you going to try first? Or maybe there's something you already eat in the morning that's made a big difference for you. Share it with me in the comments. Let's learn from each other. No judgment, just a community of strong, wise, aging men helping one another thrive. And if this video gave you something to think about, if it reminded you that your health is still in your hands, then do me a favor, tap that like button so YouTube knows this content matters. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to Golden 70s Health. Here, aging isn't something we fear. It's something we understand. We embrace it. We learn how to navigate it, together. Because growing older should feel like growing stronger, smarter, and more alive than ever before. You've made it to the end of this video, and I want to thank you, not just for watching, but for caring about your health, for taking action, and for choosing to wake up tomorrow with intention and strength. Remember, your age is not your weakness. It's your wisdom. And with the right habits, starting from the very first bite of your day, you can feel your best, no matter what the calendar says. Here's to strong hearts, clear minds, and bold mornings. See you in the next one.